Minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And we've been hearing some of the details of the bill, but here's the real message, folks. This is about our small communities and small banks that are the lifeblood of those communities. A little earlier, you heard the ranking member talk about this being about Wall Street. You know what? She's right. This is about Wall Street. Wall Street was 1 block away from where I lived on Sanford Street in Zeeland, Michigan. Oh, by the way, we were connected by Main Street and Central Avenue. That is who it is about. Whether it's Wall Street in Zeeland, Michigan, or Sanford Street, or my friends in Baldwin, Michigan, this is about our small communities. So what does a strong local community bank bring? It brings local investment. And what does that local investment bring? Stability, predictability, trust. Farmers, among those corner pub owners, among those small hotel owners that may be depending on the stray traveler that's going to be coming through. You know, this has been sort of viewed as a risk to these small banks. It's actually the opposite of that, because either A, one small community bank is going to merge with another small community bank, and they are going to remain small community banks under that $3 billion threshold, or B, we have been seeing a lot of, and this is what the chairman was talking about, or B, they're going to get gobbled up by a large bank that doesn't qualify under this legislation. And guess what? They are far more likely to remove those ATMs, far more likely to move those local branches out of places like Tustin and Luther and Baldwin and Holland. So I can tell you this, that if you went and said that this is anything other than about strengthening our small community banks, it either shows one is either wildly out of touch or B, playing politics. And that's the sad part, because I can tell you this. You go talk to my friend Debbie Smith Olson, who's the CEO of Lake Osceola State Bank in Baldwin, Michigan, located in the poorest county in the state of Michigan, one of the top 100 poorest counties in the nation. And you told her that this was about Wall Street, she'd laugh. If you went and talked to my friends at Macatawa Bank and tried to describe this as being about helping big banks and Wall Street and rolling back Dodd-Frank, they would first look at me in stunned silence, and then they would ask me, "Are you serious?" Well, unfortunately, that's the kind of rhetoric that you are hearing out here today. Let's make sure that we understand what this is really about. Strengthening our small banks, which strengthen our small communities and strengthen our small business owners. That is what is going to continue this economic comeback that we are experiencing here in the States. So I commend the gentlelady from Utah and her work on a bipartisan manner and the basis that this has been coming together with people of goodwill trying to come up with a solution to make sure that we don't see needless consolidation in a banking community that's already been so hit.
Is recognized for additional 30 seconds.
This is, as I wrap up, this is about making sure that we have a solid community banking system. And we know that they have been under assault under these Dodd-Frank provisions that have come through that I don't think were necessarily maliciously put in, but they were misunderstood about what those effects were going to be. The gentlelady, Ms. Love from Utah, is rectifying that, and I want to encourage my colleagues to support that and vote yes for this very important bill, and I yield back.
Gentleman yields.